this chapter, we discover more about Hamilton's character, and we are introduced to hand-to-hand combat in the early modern period. We learn that Hamilton has a large appetite, not just due to his size or physicality, but also due to his experience in the 30 Years' War, when food was scarce. The quality of food at the dining table underscores France's reputation, even in the early modern period, of being of excellent quality. We also learn that Hamilton has been to Edinburgh and has spent time in the Scottish Highlands. It is in the Scottish Highlands that Hamilton spent time living with Alistair MacDonald and learned about the ways of the Fianna, the warrior class of the Scottish Highlands. Here we are building a picture of Hamilton's military experience. Curiously, Meldrum here interjects about his own connections with the Scottish Highlands, and I quote, "My father's side, for all their covenanting ways, were originally from Aberdeenshire, and were a junior branch of a major landed family. The Shire of Aberdeen, with its overlapping jurisdiction with major clans such as the Gordons, meant that it was not unusual for families from the area to have Highlanders as relations, and even more so, Catholics in their wider family circle." Here Meldrum is giving a hint about his connections with the Gordons, who served the kings of France in the 17th century. After the meal, Hamilton takes Meldrum down to the courtyard in the Palace of Saint-Germain-en-Laye to assess Meldrum's skills in physical combat. The Guard, as with all military in the early modern period, used physical combat in three senses. Firstly, to disarm the enemy. Secondly, to use it for self-defence. And thirdly, for exercise and training. Meldrum notes that hand-to-hand combat was Hamilton's preferred method of engagement, and wrongly assumes that due to Hamilton's size and stature, that he would have found it easy to disarm any man. Meldrum must go through what can best be described as an initiation ceremony, with the rest of the guard looking on. Hamilton instructs Meldrum to hit him. Meldrum looks at Hamilton in disbelief. Hamilton says something under his breath, and this provokes Meldrum into action. This is met with utter disbelief by other members of the guard, and even Hamilton himself. But Meldrum became too cocky and insolent afterwards. He was rapidly disciplined by Hamilton. Meldrum, being provoked, then being cocky, showed a lack of self-control which Hamilton would have seen as a problem. As Meldrum describes, "He did have a serious talk with me about the importance of controlling your emotions in combat. In one sense, I had passed the test and showed willingness to follow orders and bravery for which I was commended. But I had also displayed a lack of control, which concerned him. It was an opportunity for Hamilton to offer me what he called a teachable moment. Keep control of your mind at all times," Hamilton insisted, "even under the most violent of pressures." Hamilton continues, "You must focus on your objectives at all times, and not let the provocations of the enemy overtake you." After this wise advice, Hamilton begins to teach Meldrum hand-to-hand combat, or wrestling, as Meldrum puts it. Meldrum, overawed by the size of his opponent, is defeated time and time again, much to Meldrum's frustration. Yet, here there was another lesson for Meldrum, for success in hand-to-hand combat and or wrestling is less to do with the size of your opponent, but a positive mindset, skill, technique, and surprise.
This podcast is the copyright of History Gateway Limited, UK.